On the 27th of January this year, Australia went before the UN Human Rights Council to report on our human rights record. I had the privilege of leading this delegation on behalf of the Attorney-General, Rob McClelland, who wasn't able to go because of his responsibilities as Emergency Services Minister. Of course, the floods in Queensland prevented him from attending. He was needed here to help manage that emergency. This was Australia's first review, part of a process called the Universal Periodic Review, or UPR, and this happens every 4 years, and the process involves a 3-hour presentation before the Human Rights Council. The review is led by a group of countries known as a Troika. Australia's Troika is Slovakia, France and Djibouti. Their role is to compile and present the global recommendations to Australia through the UPR process. Australia's preparation for the UPR was extensive, and with consultation with non-government organisations, the Australian Human Rights Commission and many other stakeholders. This was a terrific process and widely acknowledged as being a really good example about how to approach the reporting process. Several of the non-government organisations also were in Geneva at the time of our presentation. The next step is Australia needs to respond formally to the recommendations. This needs to be done by June this year, and I encourage you to go to the Attorney-General's website if you'd like more information about this part of the process. One thing I would particularly like to mention that we've done as part of this whole initiative in our reporting to the UN is announce the creation of a full-time Race Discrimination Commissioner. The Attorney-General, Robert McClelland, recently announced the government is going to restore this standalone position of Race Discrimination Commissioner at the Australian Human Rights Commission. This is the first time in 13 years that we'll have a separate Race and Disability Discrimination Commissioner. And as a government, we believe that both of these issues deserve that full-time attention, and they warrant dedicated commissioners. Graham Innes is currently doing both jobs, but will cede his role as Race Discrimination Commissioner to take up the full-time position of Disability Discrimination Commissioner come July 1. We will need to appoint a full-time Race Discrimination Commissioner by that date. I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the outstanding work by Graham Innes in his role as Race Discrimination Commissioner. I know he's got quite a few months to serve yet, but he's been a fantastic advocate. If you're interested in finding out more about the UPR process and Australia's presentation at the UN Human Rights Council, I really encourage you to visit the Attorney-General's website. All the links are there and you'll be able to find out the information that you're seeking.